Well, we have won promotion to the Vanarama National League. So we've got this end of season review for you and the transfer window special before our first season in the Vanarama National League. Hey, it's Mike, and we have the end of season review for you in our first season as head coach of Chorley, and this is what our season looked like in the end here. The new arrivals, Andrew Ijiwole gets the signing of the year, which is an interesting call. Actually, you know what? Most of the players were brand new, all signed before, but Ijiwole was my own signing, as was someone else. Hudson I also signed. Jacob I brought in loan, but he wasn't very impressive. But Ijiwole wins our signing of the season. He made 6 appearances. He made 6 starting appearances, 14 off the bench, 1 goal, 2 assists, 6.83. He did start on the under-23s. Hudson's injury brought him back up, and he did score that what ended up being the winning goal that secured his promotion. So I guess that is a pretty good thing there for us. As a season, remember, we had A+ for the Vanarama North, winning the playoff. Our expectation was to reach the playoffs at a minimum, and we made it and won it, just finishing second, just behind Darlington there, just that 1 point difference. English FA Cup, we were supposed to make the third round, or we made it to the third round. They just wanted us to make it to the first round, and we ended up getting knocked out by Manchester United there. Some big wins, some disappointing draws that we just squeaked through. 5-0 win. Had to beat Gainsborough Trinity on penalties, which is something we shouldn't have had to do. Beat Kirsten and Ebbsfleet United. All of these away. It's a big start. Took MK Dons, was a huge win for us. 2 leagues above. We took them to penalties and won those. And then the big loss to Manchester United that knocked us out. FA Trophy, we were to reach the second round minimum. We reached the 5th round. They only get a C+, even though I made it 3 rounds further than they wanted. Losing out to Wrexham, beating Braintree Town, Farsley Celtic, Brackley Town on the way, and before losing to National League Wrexham there. Moments to remember for us. Our biggest win was the 5-0 win in the FA Cup against Atherton Collieries. The match to remember was that 3-0 win against Ebbsfleet. I believe that's because Ebbsfleet, I think, was in the National League. And so it's a big win against a team that's ahead of us. And the goal of the season comes from Regan Booty. I don't know if they let us... Nope, that's not what I wanted to click. Let us watch the goal anymore. Let's see if we can watch it here. Regan Booty. Is it work? Is it going to work? Oh, watch goals. Oh, I just want to watch the one. There we go. Okay. So we're loading up what is the goal of the season here. There it is. Leather popped it up. Headed out. Newbie will take it down to Booty. Oh, yeah. Yeah. From a far distance to put it in. And that was our goal of the season there by Regan Booty. Finances. We have no new sponsorship deals because we are non-league. But we did have up in all accounts. That's good. Up in our sponsorship, broadcast revenue, corporate hospitality, competition prize money, match day, commercial, retail. I guess they're all up because they're non-applicable because the records just started and this is the first season. But Shenton is our top jersey seller. Tomlinson, Cardwell, Ingweston, and Henley make it up there. And how we lined up, it looked like this. Though I believe Baines and Leather should actually be switched in the position there, but that is pretty much how we lined up all season long for us here. And that's their best 11 there. The Accolades. I won National League North Head Coach of the Month for May. The Coach of the Month hasn't been said yet, but I think I have a good chance of winning that, having won the playoffs. Usually the person who wins the playoffs seems to win it, not necessarily the person who wins the league. Cardwell is our fan player this season and the young player this season. Fair enough, he was really good for us this season. Ijiwole. Signing the season, as we talked about, goal of the season, Regan Booty. Top goal scorer was Cardwell with 31 goals for us, and Nguesson had 11 assists from that midfield. And of course, we broke all the records because it's the first season, so it's when things really come into play. Cardwell scoring 4 goals in a match. Connor Hall gets the hat trick in a league match, and so that's what gets in that one. Nguesson has the most assists in a season. Irwin had 23 shutouts, most in the season. That's really good. 23 shutouts, incredible. Cardwell, most player of the match awards, 12. Tomlinson had the worst discipline, 11 yellow cards and 2 red cards. He was suspended a lot. Iwoje is the youngest player at 19 years old, 59 days. Andy Halls is the oldest at 29 years. I'm sure we will break that record soon enough. Fastest goal comes from Ali Shenton at 1 minute 29 seconds. Iwoje is also the youngest goal scorer, and Scott Leather at 28 is the oldest goal scorer. And there you go, history in the making. We had a fantastic start this season and ended up getting that promotion, the unlikely promotion, so it says. The club expectation for next year is to play defensively solid soccer. Play direct soccer. Make the most of set pieces. Play counter-attacking. Work within the payroll, and we're looking to fight bravely against relegation. So as we discuss with the team, next one, we are going to put that one there. Excellent. And that is where we are going to end off for that. So we will do some big fast forwarding to probably near the end of the transfer market as we look to bring in some new faces. Alright, so we've made it to July 31st, which is our first game of the season, and we've had to do a lot of transfer moves as we've had some people leave. Most notably, we had Regan Booty leave the day before the finals, off to Oldham. Andrew Ijiwole, who was always on a non-contract with us, ended up leaving to sign for Walsall's under-23s. And then our right back, Adam Henley, left on a free for Port Vale. And so those are the guys who left us just before the transfer window, so it shows up as last year's season. And so this season, we've done a few moves. We do have to make some more as we come in. But here are the new guys. Owen Bailey is a 22-year-old Englishman, center defender, 3-star ability for potential ability. He comes to us off of Newcastle, who he got released from, and so he is good 6 foot, good heading, not the greatest in bravery yet, but good jumping reach. So hopefully he can give us some good some defense in that central place. Daniel Bramall comes in at the left attacking midfield. Scottish 22-year-old, 3 potential ability, replaces Ijiwole and is an upgrade on him as well. He comes to us from Barnsley. He's loaned to Barrow. He played some in the Northern Premier League down below, but he should be decent for us out on the left-hand side. Joe Hilton is our new goalkeeper. 6'5" goalkeeper, 21-year-old Englishman, real good player. He comes from Blackburn, where he's released off a free. He was loaned out in the Scottish Premiership last year. Didn't play any games, but he takes over as our number 1 goal keeper of Irwin, who's still in. He's just going to be the backup now. Rafael Garcia is an 18-year-old, again attacking left mid to give some depth there. And with that, Shenton, who's been playing that left mid, is going to move into our midfield, I think, there. But he also can play as a striker, so he's kind of our third choice striker as well. And he comes to us off of Everton, where he's released in the free. He only made 1 appearance for them, where he has 6.1 only, but maybe this will be a little bit more of his level. And so far, the only other signing that we have made is Ty Ebanks. He's actually going to play as a right defender there. 19-year-old Englishman, good current ability, decent current ability, good potential as well for us there. He's got lots of determination. And he comes to us off of Newcastle, who released him on a free as well. And so those are the changes that we have made so far for the team. We're going to play our first match of the season here in the Vanarama National League. And we are playing against Barnet. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's look at... I did have my chief scout leave was another note I wrote here, and so we've got some new scouts in there. The pre-transfer signings, we were predicted to finish 23rd in the league, so second from the bottom is where we predicted. I haven't looked at it since I have made these moves. Let's see if we've changed at all. We have. We've jumped up to be considered 18th is the prediction for the league. So to be able to avoid relegation fairly comfortably, it's predicting for us. Do we have anyone in the Dream 11? I don't think so. No, we do not. I don't think we have anyone. Oh, we have Tomlinson is up in key players, as is Shenton as well. So that's what that looks like. But let's get to our match against Barnet, who I didn't look at where they are predicted to finish. But this is what kind of our starting 11, at least for this season, is going to look like. We are going to have Hilton back in net. Ebanks so far on the right-hand side. I have offered a contract to Coates here. So if he does sign with us, then you shall see him in that right back position. But right now it'll be Ebanks. Owen Bailey will be in our center defense with Scott Leather, still our captain. Baines is our assistant captain, and he's going to be playing out on the left-hand side now with the leaving of Henley and Jacob as well. And actually, Halls has also left. That didn't show up in the transfer stuff. But Halls, who was playing out the side there, also left. Oh, I think we released him because he didn't want to sign a contract. Connor Hall, our striker, also left because he didn't want to sign a contract as well. So he was also released. But I don't think he's been picked up anywhere. Tomlinson will come back in after serving suspensions at the end of the season into the defensive midfield possession. Ingwesson will be our deep-lying playmaker. Ollie Shenton moves into the center midfield to be our attacking playmaker. Bramall will be out on the left. Newby continues to be on the right, and Cardwell will start up on the striker. On the bench, we do have Matt Irwin as our backup right now. Arlen Birch will be our backup right D for the moment. Levely will come into that center midfield if we need. Lewis Riley is our backup striker, and Garcia is our backup on the wings there. Hudson's currently out injured, and Caswell is our third choice keeper. He didn't really play at all last year. He probably won't really play this year. But that is what we are looking like for our first game here. I have to do some numbers, apparently. Let's see. Joe Hilton's our new keeper, but I guess he's going to be, well, 22, sure. People might be ticked off with the numbers that I am choosing here for these players. But that is what it's going to look like. All right. And so here we go. First match of Season 2 with Chorley coming up against Barnet. Let's see how we start off on this season. Got to pick up as many points as we can when we can. We are playing at home, so hopefully that will help give us a little bit of an edge here to get a good start off to this new campaign in the Vanarama National League. As we get to see some debuts here from Ebanks, Bailey, Hilton, Bramall, all making their debuts. And so far the season has continued like our last season ended, with no highlights going in for the first bit, but we don't really have any attacking here. And here's the first highlight, is a free kick for Barnet. It bounces around in the box forever before Ben Richards-Everton puts it in the top net, and we are down 1-0 in the 24th minute. This really just gets kicked in. A lot of them look kind of offside. It just bounces around forever in there until someone finally gets their foot on it and puts it into the net past Hilton, who really can't do anything in that kind of situation there, and we're down 1-0. We have gotten our first shot on net, 2 shots on net now as we start trying to come back a little bit after going down early here. We do have a free kick that Scott Leather will put into Cardwell, who will just miss the net on that break. We've seen him regularly put in goals for us at the lower level. Hopefully he can continue to do it at this level. And we've started to bring a little bit more of our attacking punch in here. Another highlight here is Baines will throw it straight to their player. And it looks like their highlight is going to be for them. But Leather will win it in there as it comes down to Shenton in the midfield, over to Ingwesen, out wide to Bramall, who will cross it in and finds Newby, who's going to put it into the net, and we have tied up the game 1-1 just before halftime, and that is a good response from our squad here. We went down, and we really turned on the attacking flair here. As Ingwesen puts it out to Bramall, who does well to beat his man, cross it in, and Newby runs onto it and just puts it easily as you like into the bottom corner in a beautiful play. And that should take us into the half at a 1-1 draw. So far, pretty good for our first step into the Vanarama National League. I don't know how Barnett's supposed to be looking this year, but we have been looking pretty good so far as we come into the second half, and it's going to start pretty quick with their free kick. They put it up to the top, Ingwesen gets a foot in, pushes them back a little bit to force them in, and that's a free header for Leather to just head it back to Hilton, who will keep the ball in his hand, and that... Okay, that worked. It went to Newby on the wing. I thought he was going to give it away. Shenton will dribble it down. He's got Bramall on the left, but Shenton's just going to take it himself. Crosses in the Cardwell, who this time will not miss the net, and will put it in. And we are up 2-1 off of that goal with Cardwell, starting off his goal-scoring campaign in the first game with a goal. Shenton with a great run down here with the ball. Nice pass right into Cardwell, who will put it in the bottom corner. Their goalie has no chance on it. And we are up 2-1. Beautiful thing now, our attackers are getting all the green off of some good attacking play. And our defense are doing all right. Eubanks could be a little bit more solid here, but it is his debut, and he's a youngster, so it might take him a little bit to get settled here. But so far, so good for us as we come into the 60th minute. Now they have a corner kick. Ross will cross it in, and it bounces around again as it did in their last goal, and with the same result as Fonguk puts it in and ties it up 2-2. Lots of just bouncing around in there again as it gets head across, head back, a bounce off, pass back, just lots of bouncing around before they finally put it in the net. Not as scrambly as their first goal, but still fairly scrambly there as they tie it up. As we start coming into the 67th minute, we are going to make some changes. We are going to bring Alan Birch in for Ty Ebanks, who hasn't had the greatest of debuts thus far. We will also bring in Cavalevi for Tomlinson, who also hasn't been playing the greatest, and those are going to be our two changes, a little bit more on the defensive side. As our attackers are doing well, so I don't want to do too many changes up there. But we are coming into the 80th minute, and still not a whole lot else happening here. We are, as a highlight just comes out, I'm just going to move to positive. Oh, but it's for them. They come with a free kick. Ross standing over it. Lots of movement on their back lines and everything there. And Hilton really should have done better with that. It was kicked directly at him, and he just lets it in. Through his hands, it looks like. Let's see that again. Yeah, it was straight at him. He really should have done better than that. Bailey's sitting at a 6.2, so we're going to have to make another change here. Baines is also not playing well at a 6.2. But I don't have anyone else in that center defense position, so I guess that's going to be somewhere else that I'm going to have to look to sign here. So I don't think we can actually do anything with that there, unfortunately. Newby is tired, so we will bring in Garcia for his debut. And that will be the only change that we can make here. And hopefully we can get something to tie it back up. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so our first game of the season is a 3-2 loss. A little poor by Hilton there on that save, so I'm not quite happy with that performance, especially defense. We're going to say how we're disappointed in the defensive efforts. But that's how it will start. So the next time we come together, actually let me look at our schedule before I just make willy-nilly. It might be just at the end of the transfer window, so I can give you an update on how That's all looking. So I believe the end is going to be... Where's the end of the transfer window? Oh, we are. That's right. I forgot. We're in the National. There is no end in the transfer window. So we can bring in players all throughout. So we will come back. Let's see. Let's look at the competitions and the season preview. So against Barnet, who we just faced, they're predicted to finish 12th, so a little bit ahead of us, so that's not bad. So we'll look around maybe Sutton, Darlington, Havant, people who got promoted with us, and who are predicted to finish near us. Darlington's not till October. There's also the FA Cup around there, Maidenhead. So, you know what, we'll play through for a while. I'll play all of August here, and I think we'll come back. We'll face, you know what, Wrexham and Ebbsfleet. Those are two teams that we played in our FA Trophy run, I think, last year. We beat Ebbsfleet and we lost to Wrexham. So that's when we will come back together, is against those two in mid-September, and we'll have an update on some signings that we'll hopefully bring in then. So, start of a new season. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, please press the like button. Subscribe to the videos, and join me on Twitch hopefully sometime here for an MLS run. So we'll see you next time on Up the Ladder.